Hello and welcome to my family and I's homeschool room, aka our kitchen. If you've struggled with the thought and idea of homeschooling in a tiny place, I hope this video can be an encouragement to you. It is very possible to give your family, your kids, an amazing, beautiful learning atmosphere wherever you are. If you would like to see our current homeschool setup in our tiny home, then keep watching. So we used to have a homeschool room downstairs, and it was a beautiful space and it served our family well for a year. But I just started realizing that it didn't feel as natural having to go to a separate room to do school. Now, that may work for you and your family, and that's amazing. But I made the switch and started doing school at the kitchen table, and almost instantly it just felt like this is what we've been missing. This is exactly what I feel like we all needed. It just felt more like us. It felt more natural. I could see all of their faces. I could put food at the table. Compared to in our homeschool room, the setup was the desks were kind of like facing the wall, and it just felt really separated and not like this unified family atmosphere I wanted to give my kids. I don't think I'm the only one who has scrolled Pinterest endlessly looking at homeschool inspiration, and although all of us are influenced, it's like inevitable. We're gonna be influenced by people. I realized I was being really heavily influenced by other homeschool families and trying to copy and paste a certain aesthetic, certain rhythms that didn't feel natural to me and my family. I would see all the beautiful wooden decoration and toys and boho things, and I was under the impression that I needed these things in order to give my kids a good homeschool space. And although beauty matters, and I think bringing a beautiful atmosphere to your kids is incredibly important, I don't think it has to look a certain way necessarily. It doesn't have to look exactly like somebody else's beautiful. Once I cut out Instagram and was less influenced, I feel like I started to finally understand and try to figure out my own style and what I actually wanted to give my kids, instead of trying to copy paste other people's homeschool atmosphere. And so this video is not to show you how you need to do it, because every family is going to need something differently, and every family brings a different flavor to the homeschool atmosphere. This is also not a video for comparison, and although I don't think like our setup is necessarily worthy of comparison, if that makes sense, I don't want anyone to walk away thinking that I am doing it perfectly and you just have to do it how I'm doing it, because like social media and these types of videos can become, this is the way, and if you're not doing it like this, you're failing. And that is not my heart and not what I'm trying to do in this video. Even if you're a maximalist, I have a pretty minimal setup with our homeschool, but even if you are a maximalist in your homeschool, that is okay. If that's serving your family, that is great. For me and my family, less is more, and I've also learned that that is great and that's okay. And so this is our homeschool room tour. That's very simple and very minimal and beautiful, and I just am so thankful. And yeah, again, just want to encourage you that if you have a tiny house, you can do it too. You can make a beautiful atmosphere for your kids. You can do school on the couch, on the dining table. Okay, so without further ado, I'm gonna show you guys around a little bit. Okay, so first things first, this is our homeschool storage, and I just realized I did not vacuum today, so there you may see some crumbs going on. That's okay. We used to have just a regular bench here, and we decided that our house, like, we have zero storage in our home. It is an old home. It's a 100-year-old house. We don't have, our cabinet space is very limited, and so we knew we had to come up with a creative way to add storage without adding an extra thing in our house we didn't need. And so the storage bench has been a lifesaver. Okay, so this is where we keep all of our curriculum in this handy dandy storage bench. So every morning my boys know to come here to grab their binders. All of my stuff is in here, pretty much everything we need. So yeah, all of our curriculum is right here, and I'll give you a little look-see inside. So I know this is not like a curriculum walkthrough, but these are all of my kids' binders that I made. Aren't they so cute? One second. Okay, so here we are. Friend's binder. Onyx's, who is my 2-year-old and is not really doing school, but I didn't want to leave him out. So. And then mine, which has more stuff in it. Okay, yeah, so these are like where we keep our binders. This is where I keep our curriculum books that we use like once a week, like our Spanish, Hungry Planet. We just have some random curriculum books in here. This is all of our reading things that we are going through right now, and then our math bin over here. We do a Simply Charlotte Mason math curriculum. This, I love it so much. And so anyways, it comes with a lot of just hands-on things, coins, beads, buttons. Okay, so anyways, you don't really need to know that right now, but that's all right here. Okay, at this point, I kind of feel like it's the end of our video because like I said, we're very minimal. We don't have much, but this is all of the core things we are using. I do have more to show you, but this is like the meat of what we are currently using right now. And it's been so helpful just to have this little area to keep all of it. Okay, so if you follow me to my fridge, I keep a lot of our supplies up here that we use. First off, I have my cute little cleaning checklist and meal planner that I made on Canva. Aren't those so cute? Anyways, okay, we have our Yodo Mini, our little cards, my pencil case, all of our pencils and markers. This wooden thing is like the letter, it's like a letter wooden board that we use to help with spelling and reading. Our timer, and that is it. Okay, so if you live in a tiny home, you probably already know the struggle and the, you know, having to get creative to make things work as a family and to make things run smoothly. And so I didn't know where to put the stuff, and I was like, okay, on top of our fridge, there's nothing up there right now. It's pretty much just a useless spot. Might as well make it useful and add our things. It's right here in the kitchen. For me, it was kind of like, why didn't I think of it before? So yeah, most of our supplies are up here, and it's been super nice having it on top of our fridge. Okay, we have our handy dandy map right here. Okay, so at first I wanted to buy just like an old classic blue map, which I think is just so cute, but I didn't have a spot like big enough on the wall to put it. So we found this map and it fit perfectly on our wall. It's, you know, easy on the eyes. It just flows. It doesn't look like it's out of place here. And it's right in the living room, which is so nice because, you know, we're learning about Africa, Egypt specifically right now, and they're able to run over, point to it, find things on the map, and then run back. And it's just been really nice to have a map in our living room. It's kind of hard to see. I'm so bad at filming, you guys, so bear with me. But this is where all of the boys' art supplies are. So watercolor, painting, what else? Kinetic sand, Play-Doh, wax sticks, sticker painting. What else do they have? There's other things, but all of the crafts and things to distract them sometimes during our table time or just things to keep them busy, it's all up here. And so yeah, this is it. Okay, another thing in our living room, this is our record player setup, but I have my Bible and my journal right here, and my husband also has his Bible here. But the main thing I wanted to show you was I like just displaying the picture study that we're learning about that week in our living room, so the boys are looking at it all the time. It's just been so joyful, and it's just, you know, it's the little things in life, right? I love that the boys are able to come and just look at it whenever they want. And yeah, having our Bibles here has been really nice too. Okay, so eventually my husband and I, we are gonna make our attic into our master bedroom, but it's probably gonna be a couple years. So anyways, we plan on having a big bookshelf upstairs, like a big library one day. But right now, this is what we have. Okay, so this is pretty much our library. We do have more books downstairs, but this is our main books that we're reading currently or want to read in the near future. And so yeah, right here on our mantle. And oh, also, how could I forget? We have another bookshelf area right here. Well, yeah, we do have storage right here that we put school supplies to, mainly just books. It's crazy to learn how little our kids actually need in the sense of stuff to, one, for learning, two, to be content in life, and three, just as people being shaped. Less is oftentimes so much more. When I took away our homeschool room and the extra things that we just didn't need that was in the room taking space, and when I just simplified our space a little bit, I feel like they've been able to learn better, to receive better, and it's become just more wholesome. Instead of trying to create, like I said earlier, kind of a copy and paste of other people's homeschool rooms, or even just schools in general. You know, I grew up in public school, that's all I knew. So I thought I kind of had to like recreate a classroom, if that makes sense. And then realizing that it doesn't have to be a classroom. It could be our room where we just do everyday life, and we can make it into a great atmosphere that is filled with learning and beauty. And it could just go hand in hand instead of being its separate thing in its separate space. Our homeschool here in our home is simple, it is minimal, and it is filled with so much beauty and richness. And I think so much of that is what the teacher brings to the table. And that will be a separate video. Okay guys, so yeah, this is where we do school. This is our table. And up here are supplies, and over there where we get our curriculum. And it's nothing fancy, It's pretty dang simple, but it serves us very well, and I hope it encourages you that whatever space the Lord has given you in this season can serve your family. Maybe it needs a little bit of work and simplification and maybe taking away some things, but it's possible. And don't let the size of your home scare you away from diving into the world of homeschool, which is a beautiful world. So I hope this video was an encouragement. I hope maybe it sparked some fun ideas for you that you can implement in your home and with your family. And I hope you have a beautiful day. Thanks for watching.